All right, I'd like to welcome you. This is our third PACT meeting. And as you know, PACT is a community-wide effort to develop a long-range plan for our school district. In order to succeed, PACT needs the support of everyone in our community: parents, patrons, residents, district staff, and students. The strength of the plan that emerges from PACT depends on your faithful participation and input. We very much appreciate that. For all of you that attended the first meetings, again, we appreciate your attendance. If this is your first PACT community engagement session, we welcome you. My name is Lee Sawyer, and I'm one of the chairs. I'd like to introduce our co-chairs, Lois Hedge, Stacy Park, and Bill Hedge. Again, we want to all thank you for being here. We have some extra agenda packets from the first two sessions, if you weren't in attendance. If you'd like to take those packets, please feel free to pick one up as you leave. They're on the table at the back of the room. Also, we'd like to thank you for being patient with us as we move forward in this PACT process. This is the first time that our community and school district has undertaken an engagement process of this magnitude. We are still trying to make adjustments to each session. We will get a little better than the previous session, and that's our hope. We've modified a few things as we've gone. We need you to help us evaluate how we are doing so we continue to improve our process. And you can see on the board, and we provided a participation survey form for each of you. We ask that you please take a few minutes during this session to personally fill in the information requested on the form. You can just leave it on the table, and we'll pick it up at the end of the meeting. This information will be given to our facilitation team to help us determine appropriate adjustments in the process. Now remember, the facilitation team is the group that is really coordinating the PACT program. Okay, on each table is a sign-in sheet. If you have not already done so, please pass that sheet to everyone at your table. This is our way of taking attendance at each meeting and getting you on our mailing list so that we can keep you informed of the project, proceedings, and events. So please be sure to fill in the information on this sheet, and we'll pick these sheets up during the small group work activity later in the meeting. We hope you appreciate what we are trying to achieve by requesting that you sit at the table assigned to you by giving you a table number when you arrive. We don't mean to mandate your table assignment, but we cordially request that you honor our small group assignment method. And here's why. For us to be successful in this process, we must talk to each other. We will end up with a better product if we can discuss issues and opportunities with people who may think a little differently than we do. It is important that we engage in dialogue with people representing different perspectives and different regions of our district. This helps us in our own personal growth and will help us as a community and school district. And just a reminder, we have an official PACT website, www.pact, PACT for St. Joe, sjsd.com. It's up there on the board. But you can also go to the district website homepage and click on the PACT logo on the district website. I'd really like to give a special thanks to John Hickman for keeping all PACT information up to date on the site. That's a big job, and John's done a great job of helping us, and he's part of our facilitation team. He's sitting in back. Thanks, John. There's a couple other things I need to mention. We know your time is very valuable, and we want to honor the 2-hour time commitment for each meeting. Each session will end at the time promised. We have planned a pretty tight agenda for each of the meetings, and for those of you that have been to them, you know that. We have a lot to cover in a very short period of time. As such, it will be important for us to not interrupt the presenter with questions. We realize that you will probably have questions, so the presenter and other PACT representatives will be circulating among the tables and available to answer questions during our small group work time. We request that you respect our plan and procedure for questions and answers. Now, there may be a question that you have not necessarily directly related to the topic we are studying, so we are placing some I have a question forms on each table. If you have a question or comment, please write it on one of those forms and turn it in to us at the end of the meeting. You can also call or send us an email, and we would do our best to get back with you with an answer. Okay, now on to our topic for this meeting, technology. Our presenters tonight are Rick Hartigan, St. Joseph School District Chief Operating Officer, Bill Severn, St. Joseph Cablevision Chief Operating Officer, Kurt Fuchs, Department of Elementary and Secondary Education Director of Technology, Rusty Schneeflock, St. Joe School District Technology Curriculum Specialist, and Sean Nash, who's a St. Joseph School District Instructional Coach and Biology Instructor. So with no further ado, again, thank you for being here tonight, and I'd like to turn it over to Rick Hartigan. Rick?
Thank you. What a unique opportunity to be able to address the owners of the St. Joseph School District. We're going to kind of use a did you know theme as we go through this. The presentation breaks into these categories. The state of technology today, heard loud and clear from the steering committee that you wanted some background information here. How we use technology in the everyday operational side of the school district, but really we want to spend most of our time talking about technology's role in teaching and learning, and show a few of the best practices that exist in the St. Joseph School District, and then spend just a little time at the end about some of the challenges that lie ahead. Some of the did you knows. We have 7,900 computers in the St. Joseph School District. They're divided into about 34 different locations. We service 550 printers, 1,100 video projectors, and every one of our classrooms is designed with the same configuration to take advantage of today's digital technology and digital content, and that is with a whole group instruction package that includes an 8-foot video projection screen. All of those computers and 34 buildings are connected by no less than 1,500 miles of fiber cable. The available bandwidth, if you have a really fast connection at home, might be about 15 megabits per second. Each of our buildings is connected with what is called gigabit Ethernet at every location, and it is kind of an exponential number here. It's 67 times faster than anything you could get at home. And really the point of that is that whatever we dream up, whatever it is that we need to do to provide technology into our schools and into our classrooms, we have the infrastructure and the ability to do that. There was a story in the paper recently, and it talked about the broadband challenge, not just nationally, which is being recognized and is part of the stimulus bill, but also in Northwest Missouri. There just isn't enough fiber cable and enough bandwidth to service educational and business needs in Northwest Missouri. The fiber network that we currently have, we actually built and designed this thing in 1996. And there weren't any designs or templates about how to do that. And this gentleman sitting at the table, David Lockhead, sat in a room for about a year. And we sat in there and tried to figure out how to design this thing. And fortunately, Dave, we got it right. The bandwidth that we see today, if we, instead of 96, if we were just coming out of the chute today and saying we need access to the type of bandwidth that we currently enjoy, we couldn't get it. Here's a did you know. That network that was built, designed in 95, went online in 96, it cost taxpayers a one-time fee of $186,000. Construction was donated in kind by our friends at St. Joseph Cablevision to the tune of about $12 million in in-kind contribution. Today, if we could, let's say we could get access to that type of bandwidth, it would cost us $10,200,000 every year. We pay zero. Taxpayers pay nothing annually for the bandwidth that we have. At this point, I'd like to ask Bill Severn, Chief Operating Officer of Cablevision, just to talk briefly about the fiber network we have partnered together in.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Rick. That's a big number, isn't it? I want to talk